We mentioned from inception, we're going to suspend all disconnections for the time being. The time being meant for us when we deal with the state of emergency and things go back to normal. In mid-May, the state of emergency was lifted. We were back to normal. We chose then to give it 6 weeks time for customers who cannot pay the bill because of losing the job or having financial challenges to come into us and make a payment plan. We're not focusing too much on the disconnection itself. We want to have our customers come in, make a payment plan with GEBE, so we know who truly cannot pay the bill, and we can work with them as well. Because there are some customers who haven't paid a bill from January, not February.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
We have those as well too.
That's a long time.
So yes. So we just want our customers to come in, be fair with us. We're going to work with you as much as we can. And that we can also report back to government. We have X amount of customers who really cannot pay the bill because they lose their jobs. Take for example, a taxi driver. There's no cruise ships, there's no tourists, limited jobs for taxi drivers.
They have no income.
How can they? Yes. Yeah. So we can work with them as well too. As a government, we have 100 people who cannot pay the bill.
Yeah.
These 100 people, the bill come up to so much. What can we do for them in terms of assisting them with the bills for a period of time? But we need to know. We also have those people who can also pay the bill and probably choose not to pay the bill because they heard we're not disconnected for 6 months. But it's unfair to think that way because that was not what GEBE mentioned. We mentioned we're not disconnecting for the time being because of the hygiene situation during the COVID, and we're not able to go and disconnect also from those who are outstanding.
So you gave relief for 6 months, but
the fuel cost relief, yes.
Clause. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to disconnect clients that are not paying for 6 months. You're not going to do that.
No, we cannot do that.
Yeah.
Our receivables increased in the first 2 months by 10 million guilders.
Wow.
These receivables are money owed to GEBE by customers who didn't pay the bill. If you leave it went up too far, how can we maintain the company then?
Yeah.
We also have our obligations to pay bills as well too. We have our fuel supplier, our water producer, we have an engine manufacturer to pay as well. And we have to keep up to date with those three, mainly to keep GEBE afloat. So we cannot give this relief for 6 months and leave GEBE go under. That would be irresponsible of us as managing directors.
When it comes to the fuel clause, maybe you can explain it, because sometimes people don't understand how that works.
Okay, the fuel clause is built up of a few components. It's a formula used by GEBE to calculate the fuel clause. You have the energy produced by the power plant. We subtract our net losses, our own consumption. For example, those are subtracted from the total produce. Our sales is our net sales, so what is sold to our customers. Right. And then we have the price of fuel. The price of fuel is what we pass on to the consumers. The price of fuel is local price, not the world price market for crude. It's a big difference because crude oil price is different than diesel, gasoline, and heavy fuel that we use in GEBE. So the fuel clause is the energy generated divided by the price of fuel with some other components in between there, and they give us a fuel clause of X amount of cents per kilowatt hour. And that is a straight pass-through to our consumers. So there's no profit on the fuel clause in GEBE's calculation.
So that's all based on the purchase price of fuel
from our supplier.
Every your suppliers.
Yes.
So every time there's a purchase, the fuel clause will fluctuate.
It fluctuates on a monthly basis based on the batch of fuel that is bought. So let's say, for example, if Sol buy the fuel for 10 guilders, 100 liters, the 100 liters depleted until it's finished. Then a new batch of fuel started off, maybe 8 guilders or 12 guilders, depends on the price of fuel. So based on the batch of fuel they have at that point in time and what they paid for it, we pay the price based thereon.